wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. Check, we Ric Flairing on them niggas. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairing, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. When I open like Betty Wops, then find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like them other guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing, son up, baby.
Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at. No cap. If the Brody you speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the least. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walking, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Scotty, and we're back with another one Good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. Okay, you already know.
Good morning, everybody. You already know what I'm about to be on.
I'm about to be on it, and I'm about to be on it. Good way to start off the week, man. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Listen, I do morning shows because I see myself as a morning personality. You know what I'm saying? Somebody you wake up to. I just don't wake up as early as they supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Because I know y'all don't wake up as early as they supposed to. So why would I wake up as early as they supposed to? Because I be sleep like y'all be sleep. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I do it like 10:30, kind of midday-ish. You know, I'm a midday-ish kind of person. All right, so let me tell you I got a few announcements I'm gonna get to. Everybody's blowing, man. These comments are coming in hot. All right, I got some announcements to make real quick. All right, Tuesday. All right, Dalen Baldwin is back. All right, Dalen Baldwin will be on the channel, 2 p.m. midday interview with him. We're going to talk some Michigan Wolverines football. We're going to talk about some HBCU football. We're going to get into it in a holistic point of view. And I'm going to ask the question, bro, how did you feel about the Dion comments? You know what I'm saying? So listen, you know, I'm I'm like drink champs out here, baby. We're going to get to the nitty gritty. Okay. We're going to get to the bottom of this stuff. Wednesday, you can catch me on my boy Blue. The boy Wonder. Okay, you can catch me on Blue's channel. All right. I don't know what time that is. So whenever Blue tells me what time I gotta be there, I'm a black, so I'm gonna be late. Now I'm just playing. But I'm gonna be on Blue's channel on Wednesday. We're gonna talk some spring football. So holla at me then. Thursday, listen. It's a bad lady right here. You know that, listen. That this lady be dressing, okay? She be dressing. I got the basketball coach, Coach Dawn Thornton. She will be on the channel live Thursday, 7 p.m. All right, 7 p.m. Be on the channel. Now, listen, okay? Listen, Linda. I know a lot of you probably saw the Maya Crump thumbnail. Yes, Maya was supposed to be on the channel. Yes, I have Jackson State. Listen, Jackson State people don't like me, so what they gonna do? They gonna go to Maya and say, Maya, don't be on his channel. He's a Jackson State hater. Oh my God, he hates Jackson State. Don't be. Listen, it don't hurt nobody but Maya. It don't hurt nobody but Maya. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all don't want her to be on the program, that's on y'all. Listen, ain't nobody else interviewing basketball girls. Ain't nobody else doing it. I'm trying to give her some spotlight. I love what she does. I love the kind of game she has. But hey, to each his own. If they don't want to have it up, they don't have to. They don't have to do it. So I'll just interview every other basketball girl. It don't matter to me. It don't matter to me. So it is what it is. So that's how we gonna do it. Okay, so Thursday. Listen, I really am excited for this Dawn Thornton interview. All right. She hit me up. She was like, listen, let's talk about it all. I said, let's talk about it. You got the time. I got the questions. So she's excited. I'm excited. We're going to make that thing happen. All right. So listen, we're going to get to it. Before we get into it, make sure you like the freaking stream, man. Make sure you like the freaking stream. And also let me know how this looks. Okay. Clearly, I have my phone right here. So I am using a camera. Your boy upgrading. All right. So I'm using a camera. I got my phone here. So you clearly see I'm not using my phone. So people who be texting me like, yo, answer your phone. I'm not using it today. All right. So let me know how this looks. You know, I'm trying to be more professional. You know what I'm saying? So let me know. All right. So we going to pop into it first. Let me get to it. Listen, I got to give a man. Listen. I got to call a spade a spade. And I got to give my man props. You don't really see this happening at HBCUs. All right. You don't see this happening at HBCUs. So shout out to AD Ashley Robinson. My man won the AD of the year. That is no small feat. Okay. That is no. What's up? Okay. Thanks, babe. That is no small feat. All right, let's not act like like they be giving. So shout out to Jack State, AD Ashley Robinson. We call him A Diddy. You know what I'm saying? A Diddy. You know, A Puffy Puff Diddy. You know what I'm saying? He's smooth, control. You know, be on the sidelines with the shades, puffer jacket. You feel me? You know, all up in the video. But shout out to him. Was named the 2021-22 NACOA Athletic Director of the Year. He deserved his man. Listen, Jackson State is being put on notice for a lot of stuff. I mean, the moves he's making. Now, the Mo Williams one, we will have to wait and see. Oh, my God, if that ain't a wait and see. I like that. Swag Diddy. I like that. Swag Diddy. All right. So make sure you listen. You give him, listen, credit. You got to give credit where credit is due. I'm never on not giving someone the credit that they deserve. They put the work in. They did what they had to do. They made stuff happen. I was about to cuss. They made some stuff happen, shakers and movers. You got to give credit to people who are willing to go against the grain, go against the norm, and do something out of pocket or something that's against what everybody thinks is going to work. It absolutely works. It puts you in national spotlight. You're winning championships. Listen, give my man his credit, all right? Listen, give Swag Diddy his credit. All right, I like that. I'm going to start calling him Swag Diddy. I like that. Give Swag Diddy his credit. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Shout out to him. He's doing big things. Listen, if that Mo Williams thing hit, right, and he got Tamika winning championships, he got Mo winning championships, and he got Dion winning championships, and the baseball team winning championships. Man, listen, that's gonna be different. That's gonna be different. Okay, I'm just man. Listen, listen. That could be something dangerous right there. That could be, and well, FAMU won the volleyball, so that don't really count. FAMU won volleyball, so that don't count. All right, but shout out to them. All right, shout out to Swag Diddy. Shout out to Ashley Robinson doing this thing. Athletic Director of the Year, deserves it. Good man, good person. All right, so let's get into. I want to start off with what Kim Mulkey said. No, I don't. I want to talk about the future of Coach Reed. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the future of Coach Reed. Let me see.
Played their hearts out, and I don't know if you want me to tell you the second part of that, because y'all.
Now, this is what Kim Mulkey said when asked about what she said to Coach Reed after the post-game handshake or whatever.
All Jackson State people, but I said, you ain't gonna be at Jackson State long if they don't pay you. And I'm not her agent. I'm not her best friend. I just know talent, and I respect people from afar on job well done. Now,
there was a lot of blowback from that. Comment. Listen, you know how I get down, all right? You know how I get down. I make everything relatable, right? Think about this. Let's get off Coach Reed. We're going to come back to Coach Reed. I want you to think about this. If you're at a job, right, and you're giving a project and you have to put a project on, right, in front of, multiple companies, your job says, hey, we need you to give a presentation in front of 5 Fortune 500 companies, right? You kill the presentation. You kill it. Everybody's clapping. Everybody comes up to you. They say, yo, that's great. Oh, my God. Da, 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 da. Are you not expecting to get job offers? Would you be oblivious to saying, oh, I'm just going to stay at my job and not take in the job offers, or not listen, or not, just people not going to want me to be on their team? That doesn't mean you don't, that doesn't mean that doesn't mean that your job doesn't want to keep you. Listen to what I'm saying. That does not mean your job does not want to keep you. What that says is there's going to be interest for your services. That's all. That's really all Kim Mulkey is saying. At that point, she's just saying you won't be at Jackson State long if they don't want to pay you. It's just that simple. That's with any job. If you guys will look at your own damn jobs, and if somebody came and offered you double the salary, you would have to sit back and think like, okay, whoa, man. Whew. Oh man, I'm making 100,000. They talking about paying me 400,000. You know what I'm saying? So, oh man, and I get the make okay. Oh, all right. No, you would be interested. Doesn't mean you're going to take it. Just means you're going to be interested. Let's not play these games, man. Coach Reed is what she's doing is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Everything that she's done at Jackson State is just by the book, being a hard-ass coach, doing everything the right way, building this brand, starting with Amisha, having Amisha as a stepping stone and moving up player by player by player, by talent, and getting closer and closer. Let me tell you this. I'll say this. Y'all can be mad at me all you want. I don't give a damn, whatever. If she would have beat LSU in the first round, she was not going to be at Jackson State for very long. Unless she wanted to. Unless she wants to be at Jackson State, she was not going to be at Jackson State very long. She wasn't. It just wasn't going to happen. All right? You're lying to yourself if you think so. All right? There's going to be a Power 5 program that's going to come up and say, yo, we want you. We want you. And their bag is bigger than your bag. Whatever. Listen, any reason that she wants to stay at Jackson State is going to be personal, which is respectable. If she says, yo, it's not about the money for me, it's about putting Jackson State in a position to be looked at as a top basketball program, that HBCUs can do this and blah, 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 cool. That's her personal agenda. That's her personal agenda. But bag monetarily wise, there's nothing Jackson State can do to match money from a Power 5 program. Let's not even play this game. You would have to do this. This is what you have to do, right? This is what you have to do. You would have to give her the same contract as a prime, right? And what I mean by that is you would have to supplement the ticket sales, maybe the merchandise sales. You would have to siphon off other programs to make her satisfied with the salary. And maybe she wants $500,000. Maybe she wants, 650K. But you're going to have to start siphoning off of other programs to bring in that extra money. Now, let's take it full circle. You don't even sell out the arena. That's if I was, listen, and I just said I had a comment person, and this really made me upset. This is what really bothers me, right? This is what really bothers me is that you, Jackson State fans, can put $55K in a football stadium. And you know why they say that? Hey, Scotty, ain't nothing to do in Jackson. Ain't nothing to do in Jackson. Ain't nothing to do in Jackson. This woman, Coach Reed, has officially turned your program around in 3 years. In 3 years. And you guys can't even go out and sell out an 8,000 to 10,000 arena for basketball. It just feels like it feels like fans want to brag, but they don't want to support. You want to brag, like you want to go on YouTube channels and Instagrams and SWAT groups and brag about your team, but you can't even fill up an 8,000 seat arena. You can't do it. You won't do it. Make that make sense to me. You'll go out and put 30K in an arena with football players when they were trash. When they were trash. Absolutely garbage. And then you're going to come out and you won't even go fill up an 8K arena. And this is the same thing. This is the same thing that goes with, you can't tell me there's nothing to do on Jackson. There's nothing to do in Jackson on Saturdays, but because basketball is played on Saturdays too. Basketball is play. It doesn't matter about that's the problem. That's a lie. You know why? UConn, Baylor. That's a lie. You can't say that. Stop with the lie. That's a lie. Women's college basketball is completely different than women NBA. We all know that. UConn is a different program. It's all about the women's. Nobody even cares about the men's program at UConn. Baylor, same thing. The Baylor boys won it last year, but the Baylor women's, Kim Mulkey had that program up and running. College women's basketball is not as like faux pas as WNBA. Nobody cares about the WNBA. Nobody cares about the WNBA, but they care about Tennessee women's basketball. They care, and that's in the SEC, where football is God. Where football is God. So miss me with that. College women's basketball is just on par with any other collegiate sport. It has a lot of sports. Now you're bringing it to HBCUs. That's on y'all. That's on y'all. That shows how bad y'all are. Because when you have a great women's program like Jackson State, you can't even go out and support. That shit don't make sense. It don't make sense. It does not. Shout out to Alabama A&M because they crowd be rocking. Every time I watch Alabama A&M school, who are they playing? They crowd be rocking, and that little small stadium kind of feels like a black indoor Cameron Center. That's what's up. But to me, I have a problem with Jackson State fans not supporting the women's program like they should. That arena should be straight ruckus. Any basketball team walking into Jackson State Arena should be like, damn, I do not want to play here. The same way you feel about football is the same way you should feel about your girls' basketball team. Them girls deserve way more respect because they've been doing it for the last 2 years without all the celebrity fanfare. So stop that. It's just foolishness, man. If you can get 30K in a football stadium when them Bama's were trash, it's no reason why you can't get an 8-10K stadium and go there and be up in there all day, every day, loud and proud. Loud and proud. Come on, man. Like, it's sad, bro. To me, it's just sad. That's all I wanted to make that. I just want to make that just sad. I just think they deserve to be in an arena where you can't even hear yourself think. They deserve to be in the arena. Why did they have to go play it? And LSU is a bigger arena, you know what I'm saying? But whatever. Why did they have to go to play at LSU to get in that environment, atmosphere that, they couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Because I saw some comments during the live show that the reason that JSU choked was because they weren't used to the environment. That's what I heard. That's what people were saying in the comments. Could be true, could be not, whatever. But going forward, we'll see how it goes. Now, I want to touch on this, right? I want to touch on this. And before I go to a little deeper into Kim Mulkey's talk about, Skylar Diggins put this up. She said, home court advantage crowd has saved a few teams from being upset. Should the NCAA do away with home court? Because this is my thing. How in the blue hell is a 3 seed have a home game? That don't make no sense to me. Now, this is what I would say. If you want to give the 1 seeds home court advantage, I don't have no issues with it. I have no issues with it. All right. I really don't. I have zero issues with it. If you want to give the number 1 seeds home court advantage, I have no problem with that. All right. They played it, they earned it. Cool. But how in the hell is a 3 seed at home? I can't rock with that. I just cannot rock. If it was not for those LSU fans, I'm telling you right now, they lose that game. Now, The press, you can talk about the press, you know what I'm saying, all that type of stuff, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. They dropped the ball, but I firmly believe the LSU crowd had a big part to play in the collapse of Jackson State women's. Now, you can say, well, they went up 10 in that same environment, and I can tell you, well, in that environment, they never felt out of it because they had the crowd behind them. So I don't think that any team below a 1 seed should have home court advantage. And if you need to set it up regionally or just make everything neutral, have it at one, have it at 4 facilities or what, I don't know. But man, it just don't make sense to me how they got a home. It just don't make sense to me how they got a home court advantage play. It just don't make sense. It just don't make sense to me, man. I just don't. It's no excuse. I mean, they were still up by 10, but damn, man. I didn't like that. I did not like that at all. So that's just one thing. All right, let's get into these Kim Mulkey comments, right? Let me get to these Kim Mulkey comments. This is what the white lady said. Let's get it. Let's pull it up.
Coach, you obviously have a good rapport with Coach Reed, and it's March Madness and it's fun and all that. But there was a video that came out when they got into the tournament. Kim Mulkey's got it coming and all that. It was a close game, but I heard that got back to you.
Y'all see it? Who saw that video? I did see it. I didn't see it because I'm on social media, Jock. I saw it because people send it to me, and it was bulletin board material. Okay. So what is your question? You want to know what my reaction to it was? Y'all know I like to sing, right? So when I saw it, because it was my name, I said, reminded me of that song Jim Croce used to sing. You know, Croce was killed in a plane crash in Natchitoches in the 70s, for those of you who are too young to know who he was. And he had a little song, and it goes like this: you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit in the wind, you don't pull the mask off the old long range, and you don't mess around with Kim. That was my first thought. But you see, a lot of the young people, they don't know that song. So my thought is this. Y'all know who Destiny's Child is? Say my name, say my name, say my name. Y'all have a good day. Love y'all.
Now, the only thing that popped into my mind was this. This is the only thing that popped into my mind. Let's not act. See, I absolutely despise front runners. I absolutely despise front runners, right? Because if you heard it, then you should have responded to it before the game, not after everything settles. That I don't like that, because if you didn't respond to it in the beginning, don't respond to it at the end. Just say, hey, you know what? That ain't, I'm not into trash talking, whatever. My team won. Let's move on. Right? But for you to shoot back the way you did, then to me, that means you need to have that same energy before the game. You need to have that same energy before the game. So I cannot despise front running. If you're going to talk trash before, after, all that. Don't speak it when the game's over. Don't do that, because Coach Reed, she put it on Front Street. She put it on Front Street off the rip and said, listen, Kim got it coming. All right. Once she got back to Kim could have said, come get me. That's how you respond to that. Come get me. If you feel you that bad, come get me. But this was you. This was you, Kim, in the game. Let's not act you was so. And this, I know exactly what happened when this came up. It's when your girl got the technical foul for touching the ball. When the girl got the technical foul for touching the ball, this is what you look like. So make that make sense to me. This was you. Was it not? But you say my name, don't mess with Kim. Really? Really? You didn't blow these girls out by 20, which the spread had you up by 12 and a half. You couldn't even do that. But you talk about say my name, man, listen. Man, listen. If I was Coach Reed, if I call her outside, I'm like, just don't play with me. Every bit of Mississippi would have came out of me if I would have caught her in the back. Don't play with me. Matter of fact, we'll schedule you during the regular season. That's what I would say. We will schedule you in the regular season. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. We will put you on the schedule in the beginning of the season. Keep that same energy. That's what every bit of Mississippi would have came out on me. I don't know what they do in Mississippi, but gosh darn it, she would have got every bit of it. She would have got every bit of it. Every bit of the sip would have been all up in her ass. I would have straight, listen. I would have straight, the rock, I would turn it straight up. It's sticking straight up, your candy at. Boy, I would have been all that. All of that. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't like front runners. If you're going to talk trash before the game. You know what I'm saying? Talk trash before the game. That's all my thing. I don't like front runners. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, don't like it. Because you weren't that. If you that confident, you talking trash right before the game. You talking trash before the game. But it is what it is, bro. It is that's just my thing. All right. I'm gonna say one more thing, right? And before I get up out of here, I want to talk. Well, I'm gonna take callers, of course. 516-259-9041. 516-259-9041. Listen, man. I'm gonna tell you this. Post-game speech. I'm sorry, post-game. This speech by Coach Reed gave me chills. Legit gave me chills. It shows you what she does it for, why she does it, and it's not just about the wins for her, which winning cures all, of course, but it's about the respect and the recognition for what she's doing and for what HBCU are. And I think she's holding that mantle so high and she's pressing the bar up so high. It's tremendous. And anybody who does not like Coach Reed, there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with listen, if you do not like Coach Reed, there is something wrong with you. I mean, just straight up facts. Because she's not, listen, I know this is going to sound bad, but she's not doing it. She's just doing it because that's who she is. Not because she's a celebrity and trying to put you back on the, no, I'm a basketball coach. I love Mississippi. I love this institution. I love what they've given me the opportunity to show my skill sets, and I'm going to do everything possible to put them in the right light. It's just the beauty of it. It's just the beauty of it, man. And oh man, you got to listen to this. This is just, and I'm gonna get a shirt made, knocking down the walls. That's what, you know what I'm saying. I know that that's just keep knocking.
Last year, you told your team after they lost to Baylor, we will be back here. What was your message after today's game to them?
Honestly, my message after today's game was we have to continue to fight for our institution, for our conference. We have to continue to fight for our culture. We have to continue to knock on walls to get respect. We're knocking on walls. You've accomplished some things that hadn't been accomplished in this program and in this conference. But now it's time to come back and knock the walls down. We have to make a strong statement in preseason next year, another strong statement. And we're going to keep knocking until the respect is there. We're going to keep knocking until we get the same as other institutions. We're going to keep knocking. Because what happens is the transfer portal evens the playing field. And with the playing fields being even, all we ask is for everything to be fair across the board. Yes, we faced a very good team today, a very well-coached team. Yes, we came out with a game plan. Yes, we missed free throws. Yes, we made mistakes, but there were still some other things that played into that, and the world saw it. So for our institution, for our team, for our fight, we're going to continue to knock until we knock those doors down. That's what my message was.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Listen, man. That is a whole recruiting pitch. That is a whole recruiting pitch. Like, once again, like I said in the watch party, I said literally you could package that game up, put it on VCR, because you never know what kind of house, like I said, you never know whose house you're going into. Put it on your VCR, DVD, MP3, YouTube, whatever you got to do, and pitch that. And matter of fact, put that voiceover, put the voiceover of the game. Put that voiceover over the game. It would be chills. Listen, man, Coach Reed, shout out to you. Shout out to your girls. Everything that you stand for and that you put everything on the freaking court. And I absolutely love it, man. Listen, I don't think anybody was yelling as hard as me at the game. Like, for real, man. I was so hyped. That game was just everything I could imagine. And I wanted that game for you guys so bad because I knew you had every opportunity to win that game and you had the girls to do it. But this is what I also want to say. I want to say for the girls that are leaving, Amisha, Deja, and I don't know who else. I think Luckett might be leaving too. I don't know. But I want to say, and from the bottom of my heart, and I know from a lot of Jack State fans, is thank you, right? Because you guys are the building blocks of what Coach Reed is aspiring to do, and it has set the bar and standard so high. All right. So it's no, Luckett State. Okay. So it's just pretty much Deja and Amisha. But you two, back-to-back SWAC players of the year, back-to-back SWAC champions, back-to-back NCAA bids. You guys are the building blocks of what Coach Reed is doing at Jackson State, has continued to do at Jackson State. And if it was not for you guys deciding to take your talents to Jackson State, especially Amisha, you know what I'm saying, Coach Reed believing in you believing in Coach Reed, there would be you guys, who knows where you guys will be at. But shout out to you girls. Shout out to you guys for being the stepping stones for what this could be and what this could look like in the future. It had to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? UConn with Diana Taurasi. And you know what I'm saying? Starting with Diana and then building on top of that. So, you know what I'm saying? Just being that person for Jackson State's program, it's amazing. It's amazing. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to Coach Reed. Amazing year, amazing tournament, man. But man, that hurt. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was so disappointed. But let's get these call lines open. 516-259-9041. 516-259-9041.
There are 4 participants in the conference.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Campbell? Talk to me.
Hey, man, I want to say, first of all, I'm proud of you diversifying and showing our beautiful Black HBCU women in such a positive light. That is incredible. Most channels do not do that. Well, none of them do it. And even on a Power 5 level, the lack of respect for our women athletes and things. So I appreciate that. But let's talk about the greatness of Coach Reed. And honestly, Coach Reed proves once again why Black female coaches matter. Because what Coach Reed said to those girls, Kim Mulkey will never be able to say to those girls. Kim Mulkey is a great coach. I have followed Kim Mulkey. I know her for his basketball since 1982 when they won a championship down at Louisiana Tech. But Kim Mulkey will never be able to do what Coach Reed has done for those girls, ever. This is why Black coaches matter. Because if you are not a little girl in the state of Mississippi and all over the United States, and you see that black woman in all her glory and her Versace straight watching you,
boy,
and not say you want to go play for her, you know, that is somebody you say, if you got a daughter, like I had daughters, they're grown now, I want you to play for her. I want you to look like her. I want you to talk like her.
Yep.
That's what you want. That's called a role model. And this is why this is so important. Why we as alums, and again, I understand the cost metrics and things like that, but this is the reason why we got to put our pennies together to support coaches when you got a good coach like Coach Reed. Now, of course, somebody's going to come get it. That's part of the game. I got no problem with that. If Coach Reed coaches up in Mississippi State, respect to her.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of it. But to the Jackson State alumni, you got something good. It is 1,000 of you all that have $1,000 to go to 80 and get that woman another $100,000. Because I see y'all spend $1,000 on BS all the time. When you've got good coaches like that are building your program, and thing about it, and I want to get to a point what you said. This is what I hate about what happened down at LSU compared to the men's side. So the women had to go back on campus because, unfortunately, they just were not getting attendance. I'm a big college basketball fan. Like I said, I go way back to Cheryl Miller and those girls. And like I said, Kim Mulkey and Teaspoon and all those. But they could not get the attendance, so they had to move back on campus. If that had been like the men's game, because you know what would happen? Everybody else would have been cheering for the underdog.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been a Jackson State cry. That's what happens in the men's game. That's why you see those upsets. In those lower seats, because everybody starts cheering for the underdog. Now, just think if that had been in a men's setting. Jackson State would have had that crowd behind them. And that does matter. That home court matters. That's the reason why people want it. So we can't act like it doesn't matter. It does matter. That thing gets rocking in there and you feel it. I mean, it just, everybody knows that about sports. So we can't act like home court does not matter. But for what Jackson State did to go in there and to play the way they play, I'm super proud of them. But again, we have got to understand where we are. We are at a new inflection point where we have got to support these programs. And I get it. And again, black basketball girls, I mean, nobody has great attendance. I mean, it's just not like that. And it's like that for a lot of girls basketball program, unless you're proud, they don't have big attendance. So I get that. But you guys got something special over there on 1400 Lynch Street with this woman. And you guys need to support her and back that thing up. Because that's something special that you can afford. And I've been saying this 1,000 times. There's very few schools that have the ability to challenge statewide. And Jackson State is one of the few schools that can do that in a state level. Mm-hmm. Because people don't like Ole Miss like that. They don't like Mississippi State like that in that state. They ain't like that people in Alabama and Florida and Georgia. People in Mississippi don't roll like that. So there's a big opportunity for them to open that up and have a dominant mid-major program. They could be just like Creighton.
Facts.
Even though they play in the Big East. But I'm talking about size-wise and name-wise. Creighton is really a mid-major. They're just in the Big East because they're Catholic. That's the only reason why they're in the Big East. So that's the thing about what I want to see, the support, and I want everybody to understand what you saw with that black woman on that sideline and what she represents for black people, period. Because that's a girl, if I'm correct, is from Jackson, went to Murrah, and then I don't know if she went to Jackson State because, again, I'm not as familiar with her because she's much younger than I am. But whatever she came from, I know I'm very proud of her. And I'm very proud of the show that you're doing this morning.
Appreciate it, Mr.
Because we need to talk about this thing. And then one last thing, and then I'm going to go.
All right.
Kim Mulkey ain't shit. Kim Mulkey ain't never been shit. She's a user. They pay people. She does not respect those black girls. Everybody knows what Brittany Griner's orientation is. She used to tell Brittany Griner to dress like a girl. Brittany Griner was never going to dress like a girl. She has always been on that wrong edge. Those girls wanted to protest, and she made those black girls go up there and meet President Trump. Them girls didn't want to do that. And she made them do it. So no, I will never respect her because she does not have my black girls. And that's why I said my black girls' best interest at heart. She's a great coach. She's a hell of a coach. She was a good player.
Mm-hmm.
But she is not for our culture. And that's all I got, brother.
Appreciate it, Mr. Campbell.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna get all my members first. I'm gonna start going about my members first. All right. So if you're a member, you know you about to get on the line. Hey, JB, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, my bad. Let me turn this down. Hey, yeah, number one, thank you, man, for doing this show. Just wanted to kind of piggyback off of what Mr. Campbell said. Much respect, man. Going back to Kim's comments, you know, a lot of people, of course, as Mr. Campbell pointed out, you know, her stance a lot of times very, you know, regarding social issues in the past, as well as the fact that, you know, Kim was a well-known Trump supporter. That kind of adds fuel to the fire as to why so many coaches and women's college basketball fans around the country can't stand her. And I felt like, you know, when she made the comment, those two comments, I felt like they were kind of dog whistle. I don't know if you're familiar with that term, dog whistle. But dog whistle is a term that a lot of racists or undercover racists make when it comes to making subliminal messages geared towards or directed at Black people or people of color, as well as HBCUs. I feel like given the dogfight that she was just in and the epic game, I mean, ESPN, so many media outlets around the country were talking about the game as well as still are. I felt like her comments should have been more so geared towards the epic game that they just had with Jackson State and praising Timothy Reed. But instead, she decided to, in typical form as a Karen, she decided to pivot and try to create this narrative about Coach Reed's pay. Coach Reed's pay was never in question at Jackson State. She's paid very well. She's never been in it for the pay. And there's been things in the works from the Blue Bengals Athletic Association, which is the Booster Club, as well as some of the other alumni athletic booster clubs, increasing Tamika Reed's salary as well as the assistants at Jackson State. So that's been in the works. But that was never a hot button topic of conversation. And we've always known since Tamika came to Jackson State, she was Coach Prime before Coach Prime got here, in the sense of she was all about moving HBCUs forward. That's just been her mantra. She was at Hines Community College, if I'm not mistaken, before coming to Jackson State. Very successful there. She was a well-known recruiter in Georgia. You know, so, you know, her mindset, as well as being a member of Delta Sigma Theta, her mindset has always been about, you know, social progress and uplifting HBCUs. I really am glad to see that her post-game press conference, and I wish she would have kept playing that clip. That clip has gone more viral than Kim's comments, which is awesome. So many people, like you said, you know, to see little Black girls, you know, rooting for her. If you go to Twitter, man, and you type in her name, as well as Jackson State, like, it was trending. I think she was trending at number 5 on Saturday and Sunday. It's crazy. But it's beautiful, man. And we need that type of content to consistently, to go viral, because it definitely makes a difference. But I want to pivot back a little bit. I know a lot of my friends, they went to, you know, the game on Saturday, and they were saying, you know, during the game and after the game, LSU fans were telling them, hey, man, we have not had a game atmosphere like this all season. Now, some people can say, okay, it was attributed to the first round of the tournament, but a lot of the LSU fans were saying, you know, the Jackson State fans came in there intimidating. I remember some of the commentators during the game, they were saying Jackson State fans, you know, super crunk, loud, really engaged with the game. I remember one point, you know, after the timeout, the TV commercial came back, like, it seemed like the whole crowd was singing, I'm so glad, you know what I'm saying? Like, and let me say this, man, shout out to the SWAC, because there were so many SWAC alums from Alabama A&M. Southern came out there hard. Alcorn, Texas Southern, PV. Hey, man, shout out to y'all, because y'all came out there.
Absolutely.
That's, you know what I'm saying? That's definitely the way it should be. It was definitely a hostile environment. But it was kind of messed up that, you know, LSU, they told Jackson State that, you know, tickets were going to sell that Tuesday at 10 a.m. and we can purchase those 200 level seat tickets directly behind the team. But when they went open, everything was already sold out. So the only thing they essentially gave us was the 300 level. And we packed that bitch out. And we came in there, you know what I'm saying, loud and crunk and deep. And I definitely agree with you, man. You know, the attendance at HBCU women's basketball games could definitely be increased. You know, it's not just a Jackson State problem. You look at other perennial powers over the last 10 years or so, like A&T's women, Howard's women. The attendance just has not been there. I know you quoted, you know, a program like UConn where they had Shay Ralph that came in 95 and Rebecca Lobo, she came in 96. She's from Fayetteville. And Rebecca Lobo came in 95. You know, the thing with Gino, with his program at UConn and, of course, Summit at Tennessee, they have decades of success. And sometimes, you know, when you're trying to break into that women's demographic, that women's basketball demographic, it takes some time to kind of, you know, build that culture of support on the level of UConn because they've been doing it for so long. So I'm really, really excited. You know, just know that among Jackson State circles, that is definitely a hot button topic, you know, that we are addressing. More of our fans are, of course, buying season tickets for the women's games next year. They increased this year, so it's there. But yeah, man, as far as Kim, man, I don't want us to get off topic. She's a typical Karen trying to create a narrative that had nothing to do with that dogfight that she had just been in 15, 30 minutes prior to that press conference. And I'm so glad that Tamika Reed's post-game press conference is going way more viral than this fake narrative regarding her pay. It's trying to gain traction. So thank you again, man, for doing that today.
No problem, man. Appreciate it so much, JB.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see. Hey, what's up, Dre? Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's good?
Hold on. I got the interview with. I watched the whole game. Tamika Reed was great. I just hope that the Jackson State athletic department could keep her competitive, at least salary wise. You know, the one thing as HBCU grad, you shouldn't have to choose between your culture and taking care of your family. You know, like I went to A&T. A&T has one of the top track programs in America. We have people that got a gold medal, went to gold medal medalist and all that. But we also pay our track coach well. We got a lot of investors. We got a lot of sponsors. So he doesn't have to sit there and go to Clemson and go to South Carolina because he's winning at A&T and they compensate him well. So it goes hand in hand. So yeah, we may not have the endowment, but you know, if I think Tamika Reed really should be paid better than the best men's coach at an HBCU, and she really probably should be paid right behind Dion. Period.
Facts.
You know, he have the high. I don't know if Dion's probably the highest paid coach in the SWAC, but she should be the highest basketball coach in the SWAC, whether it's men or women. Because she's doing the most winning.
I'll say this, Dre. If Mo Williams makes more than Coach Reed, it'll be the biggest, and it would be the biggest blunder ever. There's no reason why somebody who just won 7 games in over 2 or 3 years should be paid more than Tamika Reed. If that's the case, they need to make that. They need to change that ASAP. That's all I'm gonna say. Go ahead.
So, to me, that is what and to me, that is the thing where they just got to keep her competitive. And that's where sponsors and stuff like that, donations coming in, because you shouldn't have to. She could win at Jackson State, but you just got to keep her. To me, that's going to be the key. Keep her competitive financially. And she'll do the rest. But it was a great game. It's going to be held recruiting against her. And be honest, it should really bring up the rest of the SWAC women. Everybody can't go to Jackson State.
Yeah. That's fair.
You know, so it should bring up everybody else and let everybody else know. Okay, like I heard her give an interview where she's like basically in the SWAC, all the rest of the SWAC girls they basically play 4 guards and 1 big. She was like, "Nah, we're not competing against them. We're competing against the South Carolinas and the Baylors who play 6'4" and 6'5" bigs." So the rest of the women's SWAC need to look at them and be like, "Okay, this is what we need to do."
Absolutely. Hey, appreciate the call, Dre.
Okay.
All right, man. Hey, what's up, JB? Talk to me.
Hey, Scotty, how you doing,
What's
sir?
up, man?
Not much, sir. Listen, okay, sorry I missed the first half of your show. Actually, I was taking care of some of the business, so forgive me if my points are going to be repeats of others you made today.
Mm-hmm.
First thing is, I watched the Coach Reed speech at from Jackson State. Let me tell you something, brother. You are right when you say that's a recruiting pitch. That is definitely a sales pitch. That is something you could bottle up and package that and send that anywhere. Props to her for definitely saying that point and actually for making people think that they could believe that they could actually be successful in all that they do. So kudos also to Jackson State for a game well played. Kudos to them for the intensity. They never gave up. And I'll just leave it at that. Now, a couple other things, though, that was said. And I think that some points made a thing about the comments that Mulkey made about the pay and stuff like that for the school. This is something that all power conference coaches say during press conferences to mid-major coaches. They all say the exact same thing. In fact, Dawn Staley said something similar about Howard's coach. And I have the quote right here. She said, and I quote, "I just congratulated her. I know their future is super bright. I think Ty wants to do great in this profession, and this is a notch in her belt because she got the first win being a part of the first 4," she says. "I know that her success will definitely bring a lot of attention to other opportunities. Not that I want Howard to lose her, but when you're successful in this business, is an attractive thing. She's putting herself in a position to do that. In a way, that is the exact same thing that Kim Mulkey said. Of course, Kim Mulkey's tech could have been better, but in essence, they're saying the same thing. Basically, pay her or someone else is going to." And the last point I want to make, and I think you know where I'm about to go with this. We saw Jackson State in a postseason game. Fans were into it. Confidence was high. We saw a team believe that they can win. We saw a coach that believed that they can win. Now, they lost that game. Guess what they were saying? They said, "Guess what? We're going to get them next year. I'm seeing fans saying we're going to be a higher seed. We're going to win a tournament game. Next year it's going to happen, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera." If only we took that same approach to success on the football field in the FCS.
You're not going to win that argument, but I get what you're saying, JB. You're not
I
going.
know.
You're not going. You're never going to win that because all you have to do is get into the tournament and they still pay you. You know what I'm saying? So I think Texas Southern got $2 million or something like that, and Jackson State is going to get probably $2 or $3 million, something like that. So yeah, you're not going to win that argument because FCS is not going to pay you just to be in the tournament. So yeah, but anything else, JB?
Right. Yeah. No, I think I'm good. Thank you for your show so far. Once again, sorry if I missed anything that probably repeats what next. I don't like saying the same stuff over and over.
No, you good. You good, JB. Reset the call. Hey, Q, what's up? You live?
Hey, what's good, big man?
What's up, man?
I just want to call and just put a point of emphasis on what Coach Reed and Jackson State has done. Man, one thing, first off, they were rewarded by a 12 seed. People fail to realize that even though they won their conference, they were rewarded for their strength of schedule ahead of time. And I know on your show that you put a stamp of emphasis on strength of schedule. And even though they didn't win those games, they played Miami, Ole Miss, Texas, Arkansas, and Mississippi State in their non-conference opponent. Then after they swept the SWAC, and so they didn't have to do a first four in, and which was great for the HBCU. Now Howard, they played their first four in, and I know the headlines on some of the HBCU media was, the first team to win the first four, in which people fail to realize the way that the seeding works. Your top seeds is 1 through 4 is your number 1 seed. And then after that, it goes all the way down to 68. And the first 4 in is your 67th and your 68th seed fight to get to play, the number 1 overall and number 2 overall seed. And Coach Reed, what she did, she was able to be competitive in playing in the actual tournament game is tremendous. I mean, she should be rewarded. And I know it's different from Texas Southern, them winning a first 4 in and playing into the number 1 seed. So kudos to her, and going to your back on your emphasis, your non-conference game matter. So appreciate it.
No problem, Q. Appreciate the call, man. KJ, talk to me. Wow, really, KJ? As soon as I get you on, you hang up. What the crap? What the crap, KJ? I'm gonna let you call back in because you've been waiting for a while. So call back in, KJ. I'm gonna get to you. Let me see. Do. I ain't gonna have you go out like that, KJ. Oh man, so I'm gonna wait for KJ to call back in. I'm gonna take some other, because I don't want to take somebody else real quick, and then because KJ don't call in very often anyway. I'm gonna move on, KJ. I'm whenever you call back in, I got you though. Whenever you call back in, I got you. Hey, caller, you loud, talk to me.
What up, Scotty?
What's good? Talk to me.
All right. Hey, listen, this is your boy A&T Roy. I got 4 quick things, and the last thing is going to be about the game. The rest of the stuff kind of goes down that road. The first thing is, I think this is the first time your boy Steve Campbell and I have agreed.
I'll take that.
We've been going back and forth for over 2 years and haven't agreed on anything. So kudos to him for finally getting on board with me. The second thing is, oh man, I'm going to forget. I want to be clear because I keep having to clear this up with people. My first name is Troy, and some people have called me T-Roy.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Get to the point.
Okay. Let me go to the game.
Come on, man. Nobody cares.
Yeah. Let me go to the game. So the big issue in that game for me, and trust me, I was capping cheer for Jackson State like it was nobody's business, was when Jackson State was up 10 and LSU dropped that ball down in the post to the LSU center. She traveled twice. They didn't make the call. I tell you what, A&T in the Big South, man, they were calling travels all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So when they didn't call that travel, of course, the Jackson State center got the foul, and I really don't even think she fouled her. She scored that basket, made the lead 7 points. The Jackson State center had to go off the court because she had 4 fouls. That changed Jackson State's whole mentality and LSU's mentality. And she wasn't on the court to go to an offense, and she wasn't on the court from a defensive standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where, in my opinion, Jackson State got robbed because that center traveled 2 times, and they didn't make that call.
Nah.
All right, I'm done.
Okay. Appreciate the call, though, Roy. My thing is this, and I'm gonna say this. I agree, but I disagree. I don't think the turning point for me was the pass that Luckett made to Maya that got stolen. That was huge. And then Zariah getting plucked at the press. That was huge as well. So those two turnovers to me were the momentum swing, and then the travel and all that stuff that came about it. I think that was a phantom call at best. She definitely traveled. She suffered her feet, stuff like that to try to reset herself. But those two turnovers in the press were the biggest ones for me. Yeah. So, well, KJ's not KJ. Why KJ be? Why I don't understand why KJ she be ducking off every time she about to come on. All right. Hey, what's up, JB? Talk to me.
My bad. Let me turn this down. Hey, quick question for you, man. Another component that was kind of floating around Twitter by a lot of sports analysts after the game, that, you know, a lot of sports analysts, white and black, were pissed. They felt like Jackson State was not an actual 14 seed regarding level of play, and given what they had done out of conference and going 21-0 and in their conference. Do you think Jackson State should not have been a 14 seed? Do you think they should have been a little bit higher?
Honestly, no. And the reason I say that is because they didn't beat them. They played them well. I think giving them 14 was respectable because you played a weak SWAC. Let's be honest. The SWAC conference is weak when it comes to basketball, comparatively with the women's. But you played Power 5 teams really, really well, and they dominated the girls' side of the basketball. So that's why I respect the fact that the committee looked at the full body of work to not put them in a 16 seed. Like, bro, like their body of work was too good to have them in a 16 or 15 seed. Now, the highest I would have gave them was maybe 12. 12 to 14 is where I thought they would be at. But, you know, realistically 13 or 14. But so either one of those two I would have been cool with. But anything below a 14 seed, I would have been like, yo, y'all bugging. Like, y'all don't like black people. Like, for real. Because, for real. Like, I would be like, y'all don't like black people because the way they played out of conference opponents, and you can't tell me they can't compete with anybody in this tournament. And it just wouldn't have made sense to me that they were if they had to do a play-in, oh, hell no. I would have been like, what the crap? Right. You know what I'm saying? So I think that, go ahead.
I just want to say, you know, just from, I think it was a guy from ESPN. He was saying, you know, just the fact that Jackson State as a 14 was up by 10 points. I guess the fact that, you know, a lot of people were saying, of course, a 14 has never beaten a 3, let alone a 14 being up so much on a number 3 during the game. That kind of added fuel to the fire to that conversation surrounding Jackson State should have been maybe a 12 or an 11 because they clearly, you know, they weren't playing like a quote-unquote 14.
But no, I disagree. And the reason I disagree is because this team fit everything that Jackson State did well. Like, they're literally the identical. They're identical at teams. The way they play, the style of play, they're very, very similar. So that's why I said this was the best matchup that they were going to get. If Jackson State had to see a team that shot threes, they would have got blown out because that's not the style of play they like to play. I don't want to say blown out, but they would have got beat by 10, 12 points because they're not good at defending on-ball shooters. You know what I'm saying? So that would have been the issue, but they probably could have been able to use Amisha a lot more because of the fact of she's more stocky. You know, she probably would have gave the center white girl, whoever they were playing against, more comp. You know what I'm saying? But once again, I won't say that the way they played that game, LSU, that they should have been a 12th or 11th seed. I won't go that far. I just felt like in basketball, that was their best. That was a perfect matchup because Jackson State had the size where they weren't, like Deja being 6'1" and can jump the way she can jump, Maya being 6'2", you know what I'm saying? But the thing that bothered me the most is that Luckett and Zariah didn't show up like I thought they would. Like, Zariah had a couple big threes, but I thought they were going to be a lot more disruptive offensively, getting to the bucket and having, you know, Luckett didn't seem like herself. I don't know what was going on with her. She didn't seem like the aggressive Luckett, you know, real frisky and kind of like the dude from the Celtics. God, Marcus, whatever his name is from the Celtics. She reminds me of him. Like she's real gritty and grind. Like she didn't that Luckett didn't come to play. Like so, I was pretty surprised by that. But Maya showed up, Deja showed up. Defensively, and I'm always going to sit it on the fact of you needed Marcus Smart. There you go, Marcus Smart. That's what she reminds me of. She reminds me of Marcus Smart. But I'm gonna sit on the fact that Amisha Williams had to do more. And a lot of people say she did 15. Like no, that stat line was that's the kind of stat line, like you said, if you watch the game, the stat line didn't match up because she had the most insignificant 15 points I've ever seen in my life because she wasn't a factor. Like she was not a factor. That girl had her on straps. Like anything that Amisha got was either off of a quick play, a putback or something like that. But that Afua had that girl on straps. She looked like she was like, bro, you're not supposed to be here. I ain't never seen Amisha get blocked to the ground. I ain't never seen that. The girl stuffed her shot so bad and she fell to the ground. Not the one where she got, swiped in the eye or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? She got blocked and Amisha hit the ground. I'm like, that was not her best showing. But go ahead.
I mean, I'm gonna be real. I thought a couple of those, Amisha 6'4", that chick from LSU, I think she's 6'5".
Yeah.
A couple of those, man. A lot of people felt like those were hard fouls. It could have went either way. But I saw Blue Blood. He mentioned that Jackson State got beat last year pretty bad in the tournament. But they went up against Baylor, and Baylor was a number 1 seed, and I think I don't think Jackson State was a number 16 seed last year as far as talent. I think they should have been a little bit higher, but did Baylor win the national title last? No, I think it was South Carolina that won.
South Carolina won, and then
Baylor
got knocked out.
Yeah.
They got knocked. I think they just got knocked out by South Dakota, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Baylor was like a juggernaut last year, so I don't want to put too much weight on that. I think they have a higher seed than LSU did, with Mulkey in there. But I look forward to next year, man. I definitely look if Jackson State can definitely knock off a couple of out-of-conference opponents like Power 5 in the preseason, and then run through the SWAC. I don't expect anything below a number 10 seed. And they deserve it.
No. If they beat a Power 5 team, then I say nothing lower than 12. Because once again, it's the SWAC conference, it's going to get a ding because it's like, it's the SWAC. It's going to get a ding. You got to keep it fair. Let's keep it like realistically, they're going to get a ding because of their conference. But if they can beat a Power 5 team, 1 or 2, if they beat 2 Power 5 teams in the preseason, they should be nothing less than 10. Nothing less than 10. If they run through the SWAC and they can beat 2 Power 5 teams and nothing less than 10. Nothing less than 10. But I'll say this, Jay, before I let you go and you can respond. They need shooting. They need some shooter. I don't care if you got to go get a white girl from Montana, Iowa, Kentucky, Connecticut. You got to go find you some girls that can shoot, or a black girl. I don't care who you got to go find. You got to go get you a point guard like Kayla Pointer who can get you a bucket. You know what I'm saying? Like a bucket getter, and you need shooting. You need consistent shooting from the outside because you got the size, but you got to get a guard. You got to get some guards who are consistent shooters. But go ahead, JB. You can finish it up.
Yeah, and you know what? That fits your comment perfectly. During the, the watch party you had, you were saying that, Coach Reed needs to switch it up, get out of the small man lineup and go back to big. The small man lineup, it only works if you got, straight shooters.
Yeah.
Now, I will say they hit Jackson State hit 8 threes during that game, if I'm not mistaken.
Facts.
They were popping in threes, but the bigs. I definitely feel like Jackson State will be able to recruit well with the bigs, but we definitely need some good shooters. I know Dion's daughter coming in; she's a hell of a good shooter. So that might be a nice little piece of the puzzle. But absolutely, man, I 100% agree.
Hey, man, appreciate the call as well, JB.
Oh yeah.
Hey, man, my bad. I know you've been holding for a long time. You live.
Hey, what's going on, Scotty?
What's goody?
All right. First off, I agree with your last point right before you and for this call, they gotta be the Power 5 to get a better seed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Not they respect them, but you still got to get at least one win to get higher. But as far as my points though, I want to touch on the Kim Mulkey thing first. Now I agree with you on the front runner thing. I completely co-sign. I'm all for, I like to pop shit. I'm a pop shit, before, during, and then after I beat you, tell you about it. So I agree with the front runner thing, but I don't think it was a malicious comment like how I've seen some people trying to make it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like, I feel like she threw a jab, because one thing I will say, her name was said. It ain't like she said LSU got something coming. She said Kim Mulkey got something coming. So I wasn't too mad at it, but I totally agree. I think that was a front runner move. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Also, as far as the pay thing, I feel like that's just coaches looking out for coaches. I've heard coaches on every level do that for other coaches. You know what I mean? I think, one thing I've noticed since, following, some of the Jackson State fans this season, like anything that's kind of like not to their favor or critical of, like, they kind of just go in, and it's just, everything isn't, everybody's not a hater just because they say something critical or, that's not in your favor. You know what I mean? Like, she deserves to get paid more. There's nothing wrong with her saying that.
No, absolutely.
As far as Coach Reed,
that's life.
Go ahead.
That's life. Like, you will want to get paid more at your job if you do more, if you're better. And so this is life. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are going to come get you if they feel you're an asset to what they're doing. But go ahead.
Yeah, the facts, man. Now as far as Coach Reed and the Lady Tigers, man, listen, man. One thing I say, man, because I watched the full game. It's not like that was a sold out crowd, and I was kind of disappointed. I know they said they put a student section in 300 seats, but it wasn't sold out. It's not like there's still tickets you could have brought. You see what I'm saying? And Baton Rouge ain't that far from Jackson. You know what I mean? Like, I drive trucks. You know what I mean? I've had women from Baton Rouge come see me in Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not, the fans, this should have been more fan support because them girls definitely deserve it, man. Coach Reed, doing her thing. But as far as her video, like you said, man, that was powerful, man. I shared it on my personal Facebook page, and I hope, she can, definitely get the athlete she deserves. She definitely got to get some more shooters on that team because, 8 threes for, that particular Jackson State team. That's, that's not going to happen all the time with that particular team. But she gets some more shooters. That definitely could be a norm, and it should be a norm because, she's a hell of a coach. And I hope, she do well. And that's pretty much all I really got to say, though, man. But, hey, it was a great recruiting method. The game, the post game, everything is going to bring somebody there.
Facts.
And that's all I got for you, man.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the call. Hey, let me say this. All right, let me say this. If Jackson State play LSU, I'm going. I'm in there, okay? If Jackson State goes and puts LSU in, if LSU puts Jackson State on schedule, vice versa, I don't give a damn. I'm going to be in the nosebleeds. I'm going to be in the second rows. I don't care. Blue, you better talk to your boy Brandon to give me some tickets for me and my girl because we gonna be in there, okay? I'm gonna be in there by myself probably, but I'm gonna be in there. I'm gonna be all the way in there. Let me see. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, Scotty? This is Mike from Maryland, man. And I'm gonna have to disagree with you. I'm gonna keep it.
You're good with me.
I'm gonna keep it one.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna keep it all the way 100, man. I really hated Coach Reed's speech, man. Instead of it being called knocking down walls, it should have been called missed goddamn opportunities, man. It was a missed opportunity for you to come out the gate slow. It was a missed opportunity for you to be up 10 with 4 minutes left. If you was watching the live betting line, Jackson State went from an underdog to a -3 favorite. You have to call timeout to stop the momentum of a team.
Mm-hmm.
When you have an opportunity, like Eminem said, you only get one shot, man. You up 10 with 4 minutes left. That's the position LSU should have been in with 4 minutes left. So you were the favorite with 4 minutes left. You can't miss that opportunity. You can't miss free throws, man. You can't. If I was watching a movie, this movie reminds me of Carlito's Way. Remember in the beginning when Carlito threw Beanie Blanco down the step? And at the end of the movie, Beanie Blanco killed them. That's what it was, man. Jackson State is no moral victories, man. She can talk that shit if she won. That's the same thing Dion did to Coach Maynard. He ain't saying nothing the whole week, but when he won, he brought out the pink scooter. You gotta seize opportunities, man. That shit hurt me so bad because I can remember when Coppin State did it in '97 and Hampton did it in '01. You know what I'm saying? I saw Jackson State winning, and for them to lose it, man, it's not called knocking down walls, man. It's called missed opportunities, Scotty.
I respect the fact because it's something people won't want to hear, but that it's fair. 4 minutes in basketball is a lifetime, if we're being honest. I've seen worse than a minute, you know what I'm saying? But to me, I love Maya. I'm going to say it again. I love Maya. But those 2 missed free throws with the ball was huge. Huge. It was huge. Yeah, it was absolutely huge. But hey, man, go ahead.
Before I get off the phone, say for instance, we fast forward to the future. Southern is up on LSU football team, 14 going into the fourth quarter, and LSU comes back and win. How would you relate it? What would you say on the next show?
Oh, they blew that. They blew that. Yeah, I would say they blew that. I would say flat. Hey, no problem, man. I would say flat out they blew it. Flat out they blew it. Like, I wouldn't even lie to you. I would say they blew that out. If you're up, but football is different, and football is different than basketball, though. Basketball is a game of runs. You know what I'm saying? So you could point. I mean, come on. I think Tracy McGrady scored like 13 points in 9 seconds in basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is what it is. But I like, you can't get mad with people's point of views. You know what I'm saying? You can't get. Listen, you have to take it with a grain of salt. At some point, you have to understand there were so many missed opportunities by Jackson State. You have to say that. If you can't say that, then you're not watching the same game. You have to say there's missed opportunities. Unless you capitalize, Jackson State missed on them. So you just got to call a spade a spade. Hey, what's up, Rock? Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, man? Check this here out, Scotty, man. It was a great game. Coach Reed is a really good coach, and she was coaching against the Hall of Fame coach, right? In any situation like that, you got to be lights out as a coach, because the Hall of Fame coach had the superior talent. Hall of Fame coach had the better players. The Hall of Fame coach was at home, and the Hall of Fame coach had a fan base that's fully committed to winning. Coach Reed and Jackson State had none of those. Straight off the rip. Jackson State is 4 hours away from Baton Rouge?
Yeah, probably 3 to 4 hours.
And you expect them to do something that historic, that has never been done before, and you can't get in your car and drive down there and watch them and support them.
I have to be fair with you. Hold on, Rock. I got to be fair. Even Blue told me this. Blue, Blue's co-host at the time, Brandon, he's in LSU. It's only 2 hours. It's 2.5 hours. It's only 2.5 hours. But Brandon said he's a booster. He's a LSU alum. He said that they sold most of the tickets before they went on sale. That's what he said. LSU graduate said they sold most of the tickets to LSU people before they went on sale. So Jackson State were getting Jackson State fans and even HBCU fans were getting like the last bit of tickets. But go ahead. I have to make that, fair.
Bruh, with that being said, do they support the program the way they should at Jackson State?
Oh, no, they don't. Not at the school.
So that's what I'm getting around, right? These are educated people with means that can do it, and you want them to do something historic without the same level of support, right? The reason why things were accomplished by Black people is because for the civil rights movement and things like that, there was overwhelming support for those movements. For this sports movement, for this renaissance in HBCU sports, we have to have overwhelming support, not necessarily from the Black community, but definitely from the HBCU community. You got a historically Black university right there in Baton Rouge, and I don't think they came out. So when you really think about it, man, you can put it on Coach Mo, you can put it on Coach Reed and make it about the basketball, right? But the more I think about this, Scotty, when you talk about football and other sports, as a people, it has to matter to us first before we expect people to go do something that's monumental and historic. Because until it matters to us, man, we just gonna send them out to get slaughtered, like they always do.
I disagree. I disagree somewhat, right? Because we, like, a lot of people, let's say in Black culture, right, and a lot of it when it comes to owning your own business or whatever, you know, they won't rock with you until they see you're successful. That's that's a buck, right? A lot of Black people won't
That
rock
means
with
that they
you.
don't want to build nothing, Scotty.
I agree. But let's be real. When Jackson State had an opportunity to do something monumental and people showed up, you gotta listen. You can criticize people when they're not going to the SWAC games. I'll be all on you on that. I'll be on your same bandwagon. But I can't rock with you because when they had the you're talking about other HBC. I saw pictures of a lot of people who did not go to Jackson State at that game representing for HBCUs and for the chance to do something great. So I have to give them credit for them showing up and giving and putting out there. And who's to say if LSU had more tickets available that there would have been more HBCU grads and people there? If I had the time, damn it, we would have been down there for real. You know what I'm saying? But what I will say this, and somebody said this, KP said this in the comments. Jackson State should have brought the football team. I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't know how they would have made it happen, but I wholeheartedly feel that the football team should have made their way down to the game to support those girls. I'm gonna say that. That's the only thing I'm gonna kind of comment about, but I do have to give credit to the fans and HBCU alums and support who were there supporting and watching. So yeah, but go ahead.
But Scotty, I seen, so I had the unique experience of watching Baylor University transform a horrible girls basketball team, a horrible boys basketball team, a horrible football team in the early 2000s, and now they are an athletic power, and the support started way before the win started. You hear what I said? The support started way before the win started. And so that's what I would hope for HBCU. Like my daughter goes to Prairie View, man. And when you look at the attendance of their sports, the attendance of their athletic activities, it's pathetic, bro. It's pathetic. And if it doesn't matter to those people within the HBCU community, how you expect those people to then go and do something that's monumental, that's transformative, and all this? Or, because, well, my question is somebody who is a HBCU supporter but not necessarily know about HBCU sports and stuff like that, when they talk about supporting those programs, supporting the institutions, is it just something fashionable to say, or is it real? Because I don't see the people, butts and seats, supporting at the level that I think is required to do these transformative big ideas that HBCU people want, but I don't see the level of support, if you understand what I'm saying.
Okay, so
I just don't see the people behind the movement.
Let me say
they
this.
Want it. They definitely want it, but the people aren't behind the movement.
Okay, but let me say this. Each individual school is going to support differently. Good, bad, or indifferent. That's the truth. I can only speak on one school, which is Jackson State, because that's what we're talking about right now. Jackson State, during the SWAC season, when you have a special team like that, to me, going undefeated in the SWAC, the fact that they didn't get the support that they did was a travesty. I don't care about nothing nobody else is talking about. Oh, they play before the men. I don't give a damn. I don't care if you switch the games up. I don't care if you put the women's at the end because they're better than the boys. I don't give a damn. They should have had more support. There should have been sold out crowds and arenas to go see these women girls play and dominate the way they have. That's all I can speak on. That's all I can say. I can't say for Grambling because I don't know if Grambling had a good women's team, what they would do. I don't know if Alabama A&M had a great women's team, what they would do. I don't know if PVA. I don't know for those institutions because we're not there. We're not seeing it. So I can't speak for them. What I can say for is Jackson State, those women did not get enough support from their own fan base. In my personal opinion, those crowds should be totally sold out. Like I said, if you can bring 30K to a trash ass football team who was going 2-8, 3-8, whatever, you can get 3,000 to 4,000 people at a basketball game supporting these girls. That is what it is. They're not having it.
I completely agree, Scotty. And last thing I'll say is the support within our community needs to rival that of the support outside the HBCU community. That's what it should look like. That's exactly what it should look like. It should look like we shouldn't be. It's good for HBCU type shit, man. It should rival that. And Jackson State, to their credit, in football and other sports, in football specifically, I don't know about other sports, they get that kind of consistent support. But I just know other HBCUs struggle to get that support, and I don't understand why. I really don't understand. I wish somebody could come on here and explain why isn't there more fan support for HBCU sports among HBCU grads and people in the HBCU community. I'm going, bro.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for the great conversation always, Scotty, man.
Always.
You're doing great work.
Appreciate it, man. Listen, and this is for KJ. Like, I'm really not trying to make this a JSU problem. I can't speak on what Grambling would do with an undefeated SWAC basketball girls team because they haven't been in that boat. I can't speak on an Alabama State girls basketball team because I don't want, but I will tell you this, Texas Southern comes out in droves to see their boys play. That's just what it is. I've seen Alabama A&M. They've had packed stadiums for their games, and I mean it's kind of small. Like I said, it's like a black Cameron Center type of feel, whatever. I'm really not trying to make this a Jackson State issue because, as Rocky was saying, it's an HBCU issue of not supporting. But when your team is as great at oh my God. How I don't understand how hard it is to see that you can get 30K in a football stadium. You can get 30K in a football stadium when you're trash for 10 years. You can lead FCS in attendance for 10 years with a trash football team, but you can't put 5 to 7K in a basketball stadium where your girls are dominating, like next level dominating. I don't understand it, but that's just like I said. I can't speak. All I can speak on is what it is, man. I can't speak on nothing else. Let me see. Hey, what's up, caller? Talk to me.
What's going on, Scotty, man? What's going on?
What's good?
Hey, man. It's not just like KJ saying, it's not just like a Jackson State thing. You're not trying to put it that way. The major thing is, man, our people, man. Our people don't want to support nothing, brother. I mean, you can be I don't care where you are or how things are going in any of these HBCU schools, man. You don't have the support because they weren't trained to support. You understand what I'm saying? You have to be trained to support one another. We can't even support each other in the neighborhood. How are we gonna go support somebody at a basketball game? See what I'm saying? So, but that ain't what I called in to talk about, man. I called in to talk about this situation with the referees and how they was treating our kids, man, down there stadium, man, and they wasn't getting the calls they supposed to got. And not only that, you know what I'm saying? Dude, it was crazy. It was crazy for them girls down there, man. I'm watching this game, man. I'm looking like, holy crap, what kind of shit is this that they beating the hell out of our kids and they ain't getting these calls? You know what I'm saying? So man, it's a lot more than just HBCU, Jackson State type of thing. All HBCUs have to come and start standing up for each other, man, to make all HBCUs great and all HBCUs better. I like that brother that just left off for the earlier, man, because he was hitting major points, and you mainly hit major points. How do you not come out to support your own team? That should have came down from the athletic director. If me as an athletic director, I know that I need these girls to have some support there. All basketball players must attend. All baseball players must attend. All soccer players must attend. Everybody got to attend that's in sports. Or, you know what I'm saying, get some tickets out to your family members. At some point, you have to go and buy them tickets to support them kids, man. And then, you know, that's all I say. One more thing, man. I would be a subscriber, man, but somebody tried to go in and hack my account, so I had to shut my stuff down real quick. But,
no problem,
I'll be
man.
back on you in a little bit.
Hey, appreciate it, though.
Yeah, man.
Right, man.
I mean, we got to start supporting each other, bro. If we don't support each other, man, that whole thing that's growing is gonna die out like a weed. It's gonna be a weed killer.
Absolutely. Appreciate the call.
Yes, sir.
Let me see. 6829. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
What's going on, doctor? How you doing there, Elder Off Script? This is your only one. This is the one and only pastor. I was calling because I'm coming in agreement with you. Number one, I think that they should support that woman, Coach Reed. Number one, she's a woman of Delta Sigma Theta. I'm a member of the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. The bruh, root to all those bruhs that are in the chat on this morning. Hallelujah. Listen, I had to ask God for forgiveness because the woman was rocking the Versace of glory. I said, good God Almighty, I wish we have a lot of black coaches that look like that. Hallelujah. I had to tell the Lord to guard my eyes because that's a beautiful black woman. But listen here, that woman is a prime example of black excellence. Listen here, I think Jackson State need to protect that woman. I think Jackson State need to put more support in their coach. I believe she got something going on there at Jackson State. I'm a alum from South Carolina State University, but listen here, I love seeing women basketball. And for a coach of her caliber to be coaching at a school like that she don't get support like that, I think that athletic director need to change that. He need to put more support behind her.
Absolutely.
I think that school need to support her because I promise you, if a Mississippi State come her way, if another institution come her way and offer more money, she's gone. And I believe that Jackson State will not get a coach like that no more. And I believe they will not get a coach like that no more. So they need to protect her and guard her. And again, I'm in total agreement with you that they need to bring more support to the women's basketball program. It's amazing how you can sell out 100,000, but you can barely bring 12 people to the cookout. How do you have 100,000 people at a game and only 12 people come to the fish fry? Make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
You got Coach Brown driving four-wheelers, the football players on the bouncy houses, riding on the water slides, and Coach Reed having the fish fry, and she only gets 12 people. Make it make sense, men, people of God. Make it make sense. Listen, I was watching the game, and I hate to see the women lose, and that Coach Karen at LSU, I about to throw a whole bucket of crawfish at her, crying like that. She was in distress. She looked like Rudy when he had playing time at Notre Dame, crying. Go Rudy! Listen, LSU was frightened. They was frightened of Jackson State. They was frightened of Jackson State at that game. And again, how can a 3 seed get home court advantage? They could have played at a neutral site. But listen, that's beyond my pay rate. Man of God, hallelujah. Blessings to all the saints here this morning. Blessings to you and Miss Off Script, the woman that got on, she's back there praying. I know she's back there fasting. Hallelujah. I know she's back there, amen, praying for the camp. Hallelujah. Y'all be blessed. God bless you. And y'all be safe on today.
Hey, appreciate it,
Hallelujah.
Pastor. Appreciate it. I love what he calls it. That dude is too funny. And he's a real pastor, by the way. If anybody don't know, he is a real pastor. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Tony Montana.
What's good, EB? Talk to me.
Right. Man, you know what it is. Listen, I want to take it a little further than just the AD when it comes to attendance. The SGA dropped the ball. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they had time to organize buses, hotel rooms, get tickets for students to attend the game. They could have made it fun. They could have made it a thing to do.
I think listen, okay. See, I think people are still missing the fact that LSU, the school, LSU controlled the tickets.
Right. No. I get that. No, trust me. I get that fact that LSU like sandbagged on their tickets. I get it. Smart. I'm not saying, but what I'm saying is when tickets opened up, when the tickets opened up, the school could have purchased a block of tickets for the students. You know what I mean?
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Because it's been done before. And buses and stuff like that, use the student fees for something like this. You know, yes, the football team should have been there. Baseball team should have been there. The men's basketball team should have been there. Everybody should have been there from that school. And the SGA should have done more to get more of the student body there. And on the same note, but on a different, if you're an HBCU grad and you didn't have the Howard women's game on your tablet and the JSU game streaming on your phone,
man, I was not about to waste my life minutes on that Howard game. They never had a chance. Stop it. Never had a chance.
Okay. No. Hear what I'm saying. Too. It's all about the numbers as it relates to streaming numbers, watch numbers. So when we're trying to do things like get more television time, stuff like that, if we're not getting those numbers, Scotty, we'll never get those contracts. You know what I mean?
I get it. I'm gonna be honest with me. I'm just be honest with me. I ain't watching it.
I have 4 games playing at one time, bro. I've shown you. And I'm not interested in none of them schools. Be real with you.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like only way we're gonna get those numbers is through viewership. So, you know, if you have a tablet and let's say you're going to a home game, cool. Put the game on your tablet at the house. Leave home. Let it play out because you get those numbers. Every school needs the numbers. You know, people can see how they want to see it, but I've been at an HBCU game and watched people watch the FSU, Florida, or Miami game on their phone while at a FAMU game, while at the Florida Classic. So I'm not asking people to do nothing that people don't do already. But don't say that, you know, we're not giving the support and you're the person not supporting.
Listen, man. Bobby, usually I'm on that same bandwagon with you, but I'm not supporting no ass whooping. I'm sorry. Like that's me. Now y'all can do, you know, I'm not supporting that. Like I could get it if it was like 30-60 or 35. Okay, yeah. 4-44. I'm not supporting that. You out your league. First of all, the committee should be shot and killed for doing that to those girls. That's one. And two, like, bro, come on, man. Like, so I'm not supporting. Like, I'm just being honest. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I ain't trying to lie to y'all. I ain't supporting that. Now, if another HBCU school gets beat by 20-25, I'll watch that game. Oh man, you know, okay, you know, they're lacking. Like the Baylor. I watched that Baylor game when Jackson State played, and for me, it was foot speed. I'm like, yo, those girls are just faster than y'all. Like they're moving at a different pace. Yeah, and and you saw how the recruitment went next year for Jackson State. She got more athleticism, and they can move with you. I'm like, all right, cool. So that's what I'm like. Howard, man, listen, Howard would shoot.
I didn't watch it. It was on my tablet.
Man, listen, Howard would shoot, bro, and they would grab it, and the point, like the center would outrun the point guard back down the floor. I'm like, man, I'm not watching this. This ain't even fair. This ain't even fair. But that's just me.
Right. But we talked about double fandom too. To get on to piggyback on what the last caller was talking about.
Yeah.
The caller before last. Check yourself, HBCU grads. If there was a time where you chose to watch, Power 5 school over your school, check yourself. Check yourself. If you have more paraphernalia from a school that's not your school, HBCU grad, check yourself.
Hey.
I'm
a free agent, so I just,
I know you're a free agent.
Yeah, I'm a free agent. So
I'm not speaking to any free agents. I'm talking to straight HBCU graduates, because there are more HBCU graduates that have equal or lopsided fandom toward other schools than it is the other way around. I know plenty of PWI graduates, and I know none of them that own HBCU paraphernalia that I didn't buy them.
It is what it is. But hey, man, appreciate the call, B, as always.
Yeah. All right, bro. Be easy.
Finisher.
What's up, man?
Hey, listen, bro. You gotta listen. You gotta listen. If you're like, I'm talking to you and the members. If you're a member, you're supposed to put your last 4 in the chat, so I know that you're a member, that I know you're on the line, so I can scoot you up accordingly. You know what I'm saying? That's how that's supposed to work. So, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you commenting like super late, but if you would have commented early, I would have kind of, finagled some stuff around and got you up in there earlier. But go ahead.
No, what it was is that I'm at work, so I called in first and I ran to this conference room so I could make the call.
Go ahead.
So that's what I did. So it's all good. Man, I mean, I went to TSU, but I'm also a graduate of the University of Tennessee, so I know all about women's basketball. And I know how we students supported that Lady Vols team unconditionally, more than the men's team, because when I went there, the men wasn't shit. So we supported that championship level women's team unconditionally. What pisses me off about this topic, and you've kind of alluded to it already, is that Jackson State fans want all the credit, all the accolades for everything, but when it's time to ask them to actually get out there and support something, they can find out with every other excuse in the world not to do it. To me, it's not even about putting 8,000 in the stands. Put 1,500. Put 1,500 in the stands. Show those ladies, show that coach that you support a team that has gone 48-3 in the SWAC in the last 3 years.
That's crazy.
That's total domination. Those girls got more support, and I just looked this up on attendance. Those girls got 700, average of 700 something fans in 2019. They got like 35 people less this year. I mean, make that make sense. Me and KJ is kind of going back and forth in the chat. I mean, not viciously, but just kind of just back and forth. I'm saying support your team. She's saying, okay, we already do it. No, ma'am. You need to put 1,500 in that building every night for that great basketball team and that great coach that you have. Because if you don't, I will guarantee you cannot have that coach, and that coach will not feel the loyalty that she shows to that program if she's not getting it back from the fan base. And that's real. Jackson State, when you're the big dog, you got to pay the cost to be the boss. That's what it's about. You're a big-time program now. You need to show it, not only in the football field, but in every aspect. I give North Carolina A&T credit a little bit. When their track team came up, they supported that track team unconditionally. The same thing has to go for you Jackson State fans. That's all I got, Scotty.
Hey, no problem. Appreciate the call, Finisher. Listen, I'm gonna say this, and listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Since Jackson State fans are gonna be like, "Oh my God, you're picking on us," listen, A&M We can say the same thing about your football team. Y'all win the SWAC championship, and y'all home attendance record is trash. So, I mean, the only time I seen a full stands is at homecoming. So, I mean, if you want to be a buck, if you want to keep it a whole buck out here, you know what I'm saying? I can call a spade a spade. Y'all home attendance is trash. And y'all won the SWAC championship last year, and y'all attendance was horrible. So, you know, that's just, you know, we can just throw those out there if you want to just, you know, Bethune sucks. So I about to say Bethune-Cookman. I went to a Bethune-Cookman game, but you know, that was trash. What other game we went to? What other game that we went to that wasn't Jackson State? A home game. Yeah, but that was packed though. That's what I'm saying. It was packed. Yeah, it was packed. The Magic City Classic I guess because it was bad weather. It was bad weather, so they didn't really pack it out like they said it was. What other games? That was it? Okay, so yeah. So A&M, get your fans up. A&M, get your fans up. So just saying. Just want to, you know, since everybody want to be fair, I just throw that out. We went to Valley. Yeah, listen. Yeah, those fans were not, FAMU fans. It was more FAMU fans there than Valley fans. So yeah, so that Valley game, but that Valley game was exciting though. I ain't even gonna lie. It was probably like a total of 200 people out there, but it was exciting. I ain't gonna lie. That was dope. So hey, listen. So me and Key, we are narrowing down our schedule list for next season of games that we're going to. I can tell you right now, we will be at Gramblin's homecoming and we will be at FAMU's homecoming. Okay, so those are just 2 guaranteed games, and you're gonna see us at the Orange Blossom Classic as well. Okay, so we're definitely gonna be at FAMU's homecoming. We're definitely gonna be at Gramblin's homecoming. We're trying to make it to every stadium. All right, like we're trying to, you know, we're not gonna go to PV. Okay, we're not going to PV. That ain't happening. And we're not going to what else we're not going to? UAPB. We ain't going to UAPB. All right, we ain't going to UAPB. Not this year. So, but we're trying to figure out the schedule and everything like that. So we're gonna lock those in. Yeah, you see it, the Atlanta Black Crackers. You know, it got me some Negro League jerseys. I love them. Shout out to you for peeping game, Doc. So yeah. What else is coming up? There's some big news that is potentially coming down the pipeline for the channel. All right, so you guys be on the lookout for that. So Texas Southern, I'm not going to second. I'm gonna try to make it to the A&M and Texas Southern game. I'm gonna try to listen. Both my guys gonna be there. Quincy Casey and your buddy, everybody, they both gonna be in the building. So I'm gonna try to make it down to that game. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be there as much as y'all think. I'm gonna be at some. We're going to the Heritage Classic because she loves Memphis, so we're going to that. We're being at the Orange Blossom Classic because we already bought our tickets. And we'll be at the Grambling game because it's freaking Hugh Jackson and Jackson State. So those are the three games we're definitely going to be at for Jackson. And we're going to go to the I'm going to the A&M and Jackson State game. That's Quincy Casey Revenge Tour, baby. That is Quincy Casey Revenge Tour. You know what I'm saying? 2022. All right. So we definitely going to be in there for that. So those are the games those are the games I'm going to be at for Jackson as of right now. No, I'm not going to that game. But possibly. We gonna be at the I don't know. We're gonna try to make it to some Alcorn games. We definitely gonna try to make it to some Alcorn games, and we're gonna try to make it. We're gonna try to make it. All right. No, hey, no problem, man. You know, if you see me, say what's up. If you see me, say what's up. Yes, we're going to the A&M spring game. That is 10. They moved it up from 9 to 10 o'clock. So I guess they heard the show. So we're going from 9 to 10 o'clock. And I will be at the Grambling spring game as well. I'm gonna try to go down there, try to see what they got going down there, try to meet the pivot crew, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. I don't drink. I drink Sprite, you know what I'm saying. My girl drinks, but I don't drink. So if you give me a Sprite, I'm cool with that. So yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna try to make it down. We're gonna try to make it down to the Bluff, and we're gonna try to make it down to Lorman. All right, we're gonna try to make it down there. Those are some games we're gonna try to plan out and make it happen. But like I said, there's some news coming to the channel. Hopefully I'll be able to announce it either this week or next week. Also, member award show. Okay, we're gonna do a member award show. We're gonna have trophies. We're gonna have gift cards. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do a member award show. Okay. So listen, for all my members, we're going to show you guys support like you guys do. And we're also giving away season tickets to the teams today. So we're going to give out Jackson State season tickets. We're going to give out some FAMU season tickets. We're going to give out some season tickets on the show. All right. We're going to give out some season tickets on the show. Listen. I'm gonna do a show and I'm gonna break down how the process is going to be done with the season tickets, how we're gonna do everything. I'm gonna have a show for that. I'm gonna break it down for you guys. For all you people over 40 who don't understand how it works, I'm gonna break it down to you. Mr. Campbell's like, make sure for all the older people that you make a show dedicated to explaining blah 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 blah. All right, I'm gonna make a show explaining blah 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 blah. All right, so. Appreciate everybody for coming here for the morning show. I'm about to get up out of here. Until next time. Oh, let me go through announcements. So please don't let you. Let me get back to the announcements. All right, real quick. Tuesday, Dalen Baldwin will be on the channel 2:00 midday. I'm gonna bring Dalen Baldwin back. We're gonna have a conversation. All right. Wednesday, you can catch me on my boy Blue's channel, the Boy Wonder. Okay, you can catch me on that. We're gonna talk some spring camp ball. Thursday, don't miss it. Coach Don Thornton from UAPB, head coach. All right, she will be here on the channel. She's excited. I'm excited. She said, let's talk about everything. I said, you got the time. I got the questions. All right. So we going to make that happen. You definitely want to be in attendance for that one. Coach Don Thornton will be here live on the channel. We're going to talk it up, chat it up. All right. So make sure you're here. Make sure you like the show. Afterglow. Yes, Afterglow tonight. Thanks, Paris. Afterglow tonight, 7:30. My boy Kofi in the building. We bringing it back. All right, I know we've been on a hiatus for a while. He's been on the bowl, striking bowl zone. You know, I've been doing my thing. Tonight, yes, tonight, Afterglow will be in full effect. All right, tonight, full effect. The Jackson State, the Maya Crump interview was canceled. All right, that's when I have a button go. Oh, yes, it was canceled. She got some negative feedback. As you know, Jackson State fans love to do. All right, so she got some negative feedback, so she decided that it wasn't in her best interest to do it. Like I said, listen, at the end of the day, it ain't gonna hurt nobody but yourself, because I'm gonna keep rocking. I'm here for the players, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm just gonna interview all the other players. So that's how it is. So it ain't really on. It ain't on me. It's on Jackson State. So how they feel or whatever. So they do what they do. But you guys can go to CFL, ask CFL to interview Maya Crump for y'all. He'll probably get the A-OK for that. So y'all can check that out. So, but until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler. God bless.